Okay, so today I'm going to try and record a yoga nidra. So let's see how this goes. We're in my room. This is my altar where I sit to meditate in my own house. I'm very good at tuning out other noises. They have to be because I have 3 teenagers and 4 dogs. So we're going to see if we can record this without too much interruption. I apologize if there's some distracting noises. Um, but as always, Faolon's here with us. As always, just try to take in the sounds that you can hear. Take in the sounds of your own environment first. Try to let yourself know what the sounds are so that you can switch them off. Turn off your fight or flight. Try to understand that sounds are just sounds, and that we don't have to worry about them, and we don't have to judge whether or not they should be there. Just kind of allow them to be as they are. So for Yoga Nidra, the important thing is to get as comfortable as possible so that you can really tune in to the practice without worrying about physical discomfort. So I recommend, and for those of you that have done this with me in the studio, find your props, find pillows to put underneath your knees, find something to put underneath your head. Get a blanket and get really warm, even warmer than you think you need to be, because your body temperature does cool as we practice. So making sure that you have everything you need to be comfortable. This practice is about an hour long, so you want to be able to be super comfortable. So let's get started. Taking a minute to really land in the space that you're in. Find your body on the ground. Take any last wiggles or adjustments you need to take. And give yourself permission to be here for the period of about an hour. Tuning out the rest of the world and trying to follow my voice. Knowing that it's natural that you might get distracted. And try not to get frustrated with yourself. If you do, just gently try to remind yourself to return back to my guidance. So beginning with the physical body and landing on the ground. Find your hips on the ground. Try to allow this big, heavy bone at the base of your spine to really sink into support. And it can be very helpful to say to yourself right here in this moment, all of my needs are met. And then send your attention as if you could send it vertebrae by vertebrae up your spine. Just kind of checking around, looking for any tension, looking for any holding patterns that you can let go of. Land at the base of your spine, at the base of your skull, top of your spine. And really allow your skull to land on the support below. Trying to bring some softness to the base of the skull. Allow the muscles in your face and jaw to soften. And then we'll begin with the rotation of consciousness, trying to land your awareness in the body parts as I wiggle them. Try not to move that body part, but just practicing single point focus. Begin with the right hand. Place your awareness in the right hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit. Travel down the ribcage, a rib at a time. Find the space between the ribcage and the hip. Right hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, arch of the right foot, ball of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Land your awareness on the entire right side of the body. As if turning on the mind-body connection to each and every cell on the right side of the body. Shift your awareness over to the left side. Beginning with the left hand thumb. First finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit. Travel down the ribcage, rib at a time. Find the space between the ribcage and the hip. Right hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, arch, ball of the left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Become entirely aware of the left side of the body. Land your awareness on the left side of the body. And then we'll move a little more quickly, left and right sides of the body. Right big toe, left big toe, right heel, left heel, right ankle, left ankle, right knee, left knee, right hip, left hip, right lower back, left lower back, right rib cage, left rib cage, right shoulder, left shoulder, right elbow, left elbow, right wrist, left wrist, right hand, left hand, right arm, left arm, right ear, left ear. And then land in the very center point of the mind. So if you could gently fall backwards from your eyes and your vision and land in the center of the brain just above the spinal cord. And allow space for whatever is present here to be present here, as if greeting yourself. Meet yourself with a little kindness and patience. And then we have the opportunity to work with an intention or a truth vow. So allow your heart to speak to you. And place a little truth vow here. And truth vow is a sentence formed very short and precise. It's formed in positive. So for example, if I want to work with self-worth, I would say to myself, I am worthy. If I want to work with health, I would say I am healthy and strong. So find your sentence, your little truth vow that you would like to work with. And then say it to yourself as many times as you feel necessary. Whispering it inside your mind as if you're whispering it to every cell in your body. And say it as you would to a dear friend Say it with kindness and compassion and as if you believe it already true. And then we'll work with the sensation of opposites. So begin to bring the sensation of heaviness to your body. And to fill up your entire body with the sensation of heaviness. Imagining that your toes are heavy, your feet are heavy, your legs, your arms, your fingers, your head, everything is heavy. Almost as if your entire body is filled with lead. Becoming heavier and heavier. Feeling deeply grounded and weighted onto the ground. Feeling so heavy that if a storm were to blow in, couldn't budge. You're so deeply grounded and weighted on the ground. And then let that soften away. Begin to invite in the opposite sensation. Sensation of lightness. Feeling lighter and lighter. Your toes and your fingers become soft and light. Your torso feels soft and light. Perhaps even beginning to connect with the sensation of floating. Feeling so soft and so light, perhaps you feel like you could drift away on the softest breeze. Then gently invite in both of these sensations at the same time. Feeling of heaviness and the feeling of lightness at the same time. And then let that soften away. And we'll begin to invite in the sensation of happiness. Trying not to associate the sensation of happiness or pure joy with a memory. Trying to focus on the physical sensation of pure joy. If you're having difficulty thinking of pure joy, think of a moment when you couldn't help but just laugh out loud, and then let the memory slip away and think of how that feels in the physical body. Allow the sensation of pure joy to expand and increase in your body. And then let that slip away and bring to mind sadness. Try not to bring a memory, but just a sensation of sadness where you find it in your physical body. As if allowing some of the sadness in your body to come to the surface and be expressed. Feel the sensation of sadness, trying not to grasp onto any memories. As if allowing it to come to the surface. And then explore feeling both of these sensations at the same time. The sensation of happiness and the sensation of sadness at the same time. And then gently let that fade away. Return to that center point in the mind, allowing space for whatever is present here. Notice that you can notice your thoughts. And then perhaps notice some space in between the thoughts. Then we'll move on to the energetic layer. Using our intention to focus in on the energy. So imagine you could look at yourself laying here on the ground from above. See yourself lying on the ground at rest. And imagine you could peel away the layers and actually see your spinal cord, your brain and your spinal cord. Imagining being able to see this energetic highway that moves up and down your body, sending messages from the brain throughout the body and all the way back again. Perhaps it has a color or multiple colors. And then connecting in with this concept, this energetic highway. Imagine you could feel this energetic highway and connect with it. Maybe it has a temperature. Begin to imagine your energy moving up and down your spine. And that you are connecting with this energy, moving up, moving down. And imagine it moving freely, free of misaligned bones or holding patterns. This energetic highway from the brain down the spine and all the way back. And the more that you connect in with this concept of moving energy up and down your spine, freely moving energy without holding patterns, the more fresh and energized you begin to feel along your spine. And then imagining that somewhere just above us is a little cloud of energy. We don't need to note precisely what this energy contains. We're not cognitively trying to understand, but there's a little cloud of energy just above us. And from the top of our skull, from the soft point of the crown of our head, we're going to imagine that we could extend a little cord of our own energy, like a little plug. We're going to connect into this cloud of energy just above us. And trusting in our body's intuition to know precisely what it needs right now. We're starting to charge, like our phone charging in an outlet. Connecting to an energy source just outside of us. Imagine this energy source refreshing down through the brain, down the spine, and throughout the body, as if slowly touching each and every cell, recharging, refreshing. And then imagine unplugging that outlet and connecting back in your own internal loop, a little recharged, a little refreshed. And then gently return to that center point in the mind. Again, allowing space for whatever is present here. Notice that you can notice your thoughts. And we'll begin a journey with our imagination. Try to paint in the details as clearly as possible. We'll begin with a walk through a forest. Ahead of you is a well-worn path in a deep forest. Paint in the details of the trees. Perhaps even beginning to imagine the smells of a forest, sound of the leaves as they crunch underneath your feet. Maybe you can begin to imagine sunlight trickling through the leaves. See the creatures in the forest. And the further you walk in, the more connected you feel to nature. Further along up the path ahead, you see a clearing in the forest. A meadow filled with flowers. You're drawn towards the meadow. See the beautiful flowers in the sunlight. Perhaps you begin to see butterflies, and bees, and insects. As you enter the clearing, feel the sunlight trickle down onto your skin, feeling warm, connected to this beautiful place. In the center of the clearing, you see a beautiful temple. Paint in the details of the temple. See the walls and the roof. See golden light spilling from the windows. The temple looks beautiful and warm and welcoming. See yourself walking along the path through the meadow and up to this beautiful temple. See yourself opening the temple door, and as soon as you do, you're flooded with this sensation of warmth and welcoming. Begin to be aware that this is your own sacred temple, that this is your home. You are welcome here. You're filled with the sensation of warmth and welcoming and unconditional love. You walk into your temple and take a seat in the center of the temple. Look around and paint in the details. Perhaps there are paintings on the wall, wise people that have been before. And the longer that you sit here in the center of your temple, the more this sense of warmth and calm and unconditional love washes over you. And as thoughts or distractions begin to enter into your mind, imagine just tossing them gently out the window. Watching them float away while you remain safe and secure in your sacred temple, far away from distractions. Look around the temple once more, really painting in the details. Knowing that the more we paint in the details of these special places that we come to, the more often we return, the more powerful they become. Creating these tools of solitude and rest in our minds. And before we leave our temple, bring to mind your truth vow from the beginning of practice, your intention. And imagine writing a note and leaving it here in your sacred temple. As if planting a seed in fertile soil, knowing that it will take root. And see yourself leaving the temple and closing the door tight. And walking back through the meadow, enjoying the scenes of nature, the flowers, the sunlight. Walk back into the forest and see the trees, the well-worn path. Feeling deeply connected to nature. And gently return to that center point of the mind. As if the center point of the mind is just below the layers of the thoughts, and just below all the distractions of the modern world. You could rest here and peek back up at your thoughts and just watch them float by, understanding that they're just firings of the brain, and that you are something more than just your thoughts, something more than just your experiences, and something more than just your feelings, and something more than just this physical body. Practice of rapid visualization. Try to bring to mind an image as I say something. Try to bring the image to mind, see it, observe it, and then allow it to pass by without getting stuck in it or labeling it. Just see it. And begin with a single blade of grass, a far distant planet, a herd of elephants, a wolf howling at the moon, children playing in a playground, diving into the deep blue ocean. The face of a mentor. Field of sunflowers. Standing on top of a tall mountain. People gathered in prayer. A sacred temple. Sitting in meditation. See yourself sitting in meditation. Observe yourself sitting in meditation. And then as slowly and as gently as we went into this practice, begin to soften your sense of sound back into the room that you're in. Perhaps peek open your eyes gently. Allow some light to come in. Arriving back in present moment in time, softly and gently. A little gentle movement to your fingers and toes, a little gentle wiggle, and then reach into a stretch, really trusting in your body's natural wisdom. Lift your arms up overhead and strengthen some muscles and allow some stretch. And then curl up in a little ball in a fetal position over to whichever side is calling to you, grounding down and landing back in the room. Taking your time in this position, taking as much time as you need, and just making sure that when you finish, come on up to a seated position and bring your hands to part your heart space. And connect with this gesture of bringing your left and right sides to meet in front of your heart, as if accepting yourself as whole and complete, exactly as you are in this moment. May we surrender to what is. May we let go of what was. May we have faith in what will be. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May we know love, light, and connection. Thank you so much for sharing practice with me. Fluffy. Fluffy. Come here. Come. Come here. Did you like your yoga nidra? Did you like the yoga nidra? Yeah. Did you like